All right, so Pastor Glenn called me and wanted me to call there and send a video of me on a recent update. I guess wanted me to give my testimony. Um, I got to tell y'all something. I got wet today working, and I looked up at the sky and I said, "Thank you, God." And I thought about my man Richie Wayne and Mr. Ed. How I used to grunt because we had to work in the rain, and now I'm out here in the real world, and guess what? I got to work in the rain. So thank you for that. I want to say hello to Jeff and Mikey. I hope you're still there. Not, I hope you've moved on and doing well. I did want to let you know that, man, y'all ain't got nothing on us over here about edging, bro. Cause I mean, we edged some flower beds around the house. It's insane, dude. I ain't never edged so much in my life. My main man, JJ. Bro, I got a lot of respect for you, man, for what you're doing. God called you along this path. It takes a lot to be able to do that. And Steve, brother, you ain't holding back the good soap and the good razors on these boys now, are you? I hope not now. Brandon, you still cooking daggum shepherd's pie twice a week? Oh, man, I miss y'all. I wonder if Mr. Joe Brown's in the house. If he is, hello, Mr. Joe. Wonder if Miss Sue's in South Carolina or she's there. Hello, Miss Sue. Mr. and Miss Porter. Think about y'all all the time. I think about Luke. I pray for Luke. You know, one of the things I think about the Beauregards that I went down there and pulled weeds out of a flower bed, and here I am a year later pulling weeds out of flower beds. And I think about the Hurleys. Boy, what some good people. And ladies and men, I think about y'all. Think about y'all a lot. I really do. I'm not going to get into my history. I don't need to tell y'all the problem. We all had the problems. We all been down the same pretty much road to get to where we're at. I want to get into the solution. But before I do, let me just share a little bit of my history. It took me 17 years trying to get clean, to finally get clean. I got sobriety date is January 3rd, 2017. It's kind of ironic that it was the year 2017 and it took me 17 years to get clean. My favorite number and my son's favorite number is 17. And so, it took Promised Land. I had said before, I had been to some of the finest rehabs that money can buy, and that didn't work. And, I went to Promised Land 3 times. The first time I went there, I wasn't there but 2 weeks, and I had to go back to Tennessee to handle some legal business. And then the second time I came, I was there about 3 months, and I thought I had it, and I left. And, Pastor Glenn didn't let me, hey, how you doing? Pastor Glenn didn't let me come back right away. I started calling him right after Thanksgiving, sometime around 1st of December, and he made me wait for it. And I was living underneath the canopy of a club on West Tennessee Street and High Road, and I was getting high every day. I make sure I always had $1.50 in my pocket the night so I could get on the bus and go down to Walmart and panhandle, and that's what I did. Matter of fact, the night before I got there to Promised Land, I wasn't expecting Glenn's call. I had done my normal thing, and my mom came and picked me up, and that was not a ride that I enjoyed at all. I love my mama to death. God bless her for being tough on me like she was, because she's awesome. She really is. That tough love, boys, that tough love. My daddy, he's an old softy. He could never say no, but Mama finally told him, said, "You help that boy one more time and I'm going to leave you." So guess who Daddy chose? But seriously, this disease will kill you. Should have killed me. You know, I had some things happen in my life that I just gave up. And a lot of y'all may not know this, but, you know, I had a son that got cancer at 17 years old, and it killed him. And I cussed God for everything he was worth, you know. And I'm glad he's a forgiving God. I really am. But I want to talk about Promised Land for a minute. I got home from work, and I had to wash the sheets on my bed. I had to clean my bathroom. I had to mop. It's chores. Y'all know what that is, right? You know, so I'm glad that structure-wise I had that there, you know. I'm glad that I had to get up every day at 4:30, you know. I mean, I don't get up at 4:30 now, but, you know, I'm glad that I got up and that Mr. Ed pounded that gum structure in me and discipline, you know. He's hard, boys. Mr. Ed, I know you listen. I love you so much. I miss you so much. Can't wait to see you again. I can't thank you enough for what you did for me. I cannot. I'm not going to tear up this time like I do. But, you know, I miss cooking breakfast for you fellas. I miss cooking the pancakes. Is there anybody there cooking pancakes, carrying on my tradition? Some real good guys I was there with. JJ for one, Mikey, you know, I mentioned y'all, Billy. Billy, I'm the mechanic, brother, for the company I work for. I can tear all that steel apart and put it back together again. Richie had a lot to do with that too. Richie taught me, so Richie, I just can't thank you enough. I cannot thank y'all enough for what that place did for them. Miss Vera, I love you to death. Pastor Glenn, I'm gonna tell y'all something. It's a different world out here. It is. And if you don't do what you need to do while you're there, it's like wasting your time. I wasted my time many a times, you know. But I made a decision when I got there, the day that I got there, and Pastor Glenn and them let me come back and gave me one more chance, that I was going to apply myself. And I did, you know, and I tried to hold some guys accountable for it, you know, and I made some people angry. I ain't going to lie to you. You know, if I saw a brother slacking and trying to half do his chore or something, I was the first one to say something, you know. Some people didn't like me for that. Some people did. But I'll tell you this, the ones that didn't take it seriously, and I ain't going to mention no names, they're either back in jail or they're back out there on that dope, you know, because they didn't take it serious enough. Every one of you have an opportunity right now to change your lives, and that may call for making some very tough decisions. I had to change, like they say in AA and NA, the people, places, and things. You know, and, you know, I mean, it may come down to if a husband don't want to straighten up or a wife's not acting like she's supposed to, and you are trying to go down a different path and be the godly man or woman that as God has called you to be, you may have to cut ties with that person. I'm not recommending that you do that by any means. No, I'm not that. But I can tell you out of experience of dealing with my ex-wife and divorcing in 2003 and going back to her 4 times, you know, that it didn't work. It didn't work. If it didn't work the first time, it may be okay to try it the second time, but after that, you know, but that's another story within itself, other than the fact that I kept blaming myself for my divorce and my downfall. You know, it was my fault. But, you know, I've also learned that the other person played a huge role in it too, you know. So, anyway, y'all need to apply yourself to your book work. You need to listen to Brian Blackwell. Brian Blackwell, I love you, brother. I appreciate you. Mr. Ed, the guys that come and play the banjos and the guitars and sings, I can't remember all their names, that come out and sing. You know, I really enjoyed when they come out and do that. You know, I really did. So, real quick, let me just tell you, I didn't expect that when I went there that a year later that I would be working in the darn lawn care business. I didn't, but that's where God had me go. You know, I was planning on getting back in the automotive industry, making that quick money, and God said, no, we done tried this before. You ain't going back down that road, sonny boy. You need some more structure and discipline in your life. So here I am, and I took a job. I got a job. My brother picked me up on July 24th, and in the car on the way over here, I called the steel dealer. This was Monday. Well, by Wednesday, I had a job making $12 an hour. I worked for this guy one day, and I got sick, bad sick. Woke up about 4 o'clock in the morning, was passing blood, and they were talking about, well, you got diverticulitis and all this. And anyway, I missed Thursday and Friday, and I called him Saturday and said, I'll be at work on Monday. Well, guess what? He fired me. I worked for him for one day, and the man fired me. He said, I'm worried about your health. And he said, I had 2 other guys waiting in limbo, and I had to go on and do what I had to do. So, you know, I was like, all I could do was laugh. I was like, God, I know you ain't brought me this far to get me a job for one day and then knock me back down. So 2 days later, I had a job with the company that I'm with now, and I took that job at $11.25 an hour. Talking about humbling yourself, and all I did was edge, weed eat, and blow. That's what I did. No lawnmower. There wasn't no lawnmower, and I like to have died. It was 112, 115 heat index, and I'm out here in the middle of daggum August about to die because I'd been on that lawnmower there at Promised Land for 8 weeks. I got fat and lazy. And so a week after I was there, the man hired me. He gave me a raise to 12. A month after that, I went to 13, and 2 months after that, I became a supervisor, making 15, and fixing to get another raise. Fixing to go to $17.50 an hour here in about another month, by April. So, what I want to tell y'all is this. I got something I want to show y'all in a minute. If you keep doing the right thing and prove yourself and humble yourself to God, He will bless you. He may not give you what you want, but He'll give you what you need. I'm not rich, and I have to watch my money. I'm on a budget. But let me show y'all what I got 2 weeks ago coming Friday. Walking down the steps real quick. Show you how God's blessed me. I just got me a 2012 Chevy Cruze 2LT RS. It's a rally sport, and it's the top of the line when they got. So let me switch cameras here a minute and show y'all this. Well, it ain't gonna let me do it. So let's back up a little bit, do a selfie. Look at this little thing right here. See if I can get the camera to work right. It's red. It's got all the sports package with it, the fog lamps and the black leather interior. Got me a sunroof. And you know what the best thing is? I got a loan to get it. Me with a credit rating of 530 from messing up all my life like I did. And it's a 5.5% loan. Payments are $248 a month for 5 years. It's just like a brand new car. And I'm just thankful. I'm not saying that things are gonna come this fast for y'all whenever y'all get back out there in the world, but I will tell you this, they'll come. They will come, brothers and sisters, I promise you that. So, there's a little story there about it. About me, and about Promised Land, Pastor Glenn, Miss Vera, everybody there. I love y'all very much, and I miss y'all, and I hope to see you soon. And I'm going to leave my brother JJ and my brother Richie Rain with a little something, something. JJ, help me out with this. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Richie Wayne. OG Richie Wayne. Richie Wayne. OG Richie Rain. Peace out, y'all. Love you. God bless and take care.